Welcome, everyone, friends and furs of all species. I'm Dayzee Hyena. We're back with another episode of Angels. I wanted to say Danganronpa and Angels with Scaly Wings at the same time. Angels with Scaly Wings. Now, last time we unlocked Anna's true end. Well, I've found out that if you go after you unlock each of these characters, if you go to the gallery, it unlocks special art of them. Look at that. Oh, that's her looking at our blood sample, right? Oh, there's Sebastian. Oh, I love this! Oh, and he's wearing a jacket. I love Kevin. Kevin, I think, is one of my favorites. And then we got Katsuharu. Oh, Katsuharu! Aww. He's so cute. But yeah, so hopefully we'll unlock all the pictures and stuff. You know how it goes. So, anyway, this time we're gonna do Bryce's route. So, get ready, cause fingers crossed we'll get to smash him too! Haha! We're fucking everybody. Let's go. And see, like last time, we're starting from, bleh. The day after we arrive. Like the morning after we arrive. I awoke from uneasy dreams looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. Just for a moment, I wondered where I was before remembering the events of last night all came back to me. After a good stretch, I looked around the room, illuminated by sunlight coming in from the window. Outside, in the distance, the portal I had emerged from proudly stood on the peak of the hill. Getting ready, I noticed something lying on the table. It was the note Remy had left for me in case I needed anything. Along with his own home phone and work number, there were also some numbers for delivery of food and other necessities, as well as an emergency and even janitorial services. He had certainly thought of everything, even though I now had to wonder what a dragon plumber might look like. My musings were interrupted when the doorbell rang. I opened the door and was met by another dragon. We're gonna meet with Bryce. Let's go. Once again, I found myself within the police department, which seemed oddly quiet for this time of day. It didn't take me long to spot Bryce in his office. Hey, Dayzee, what's up? Nothing much, but you told me to contact you if I could remember anything that might help with the investigation. That's right. What do you have for me? I'm not sure if it's worth mentioning, but I have known Riza for a couple of years, so I know some things about his personality. I see. Well, that's actually more helpful than you might think. Mannerisms, habits, all kinds of things would be useful to add to his profile and to get a better idea of him. You know, I'm just about done here for the day, but if you want to discuss it over a beer or something, I'd be more than happy. Hell yeah! Just one? I'll take 3. We'll see about that. But I'm a rum person myself. Rum and tequila. Alright, let's go. Let's get fucked up. Here we are. Here we are. Not too shabby, I have to admit. And just in time for happy hour. Yes! Get some jalapeno peppers! Do you come here often? Sometimes. Oh, hey! Oh, hey! Is this the guy from, the grocery store. There it is.
Hey, you two. What can I bring you? Just the usual. One generic beer for the chief of police. Sure thing. How about you, Dayzee?
Me too.
Noted. Noted. I'll be right back.
It wasn't long before the waiter returned with a drinking bowl as wide as it was tall, filled to the brim with a foam-topped dark amber liquid. Carefully, he had set it down in front of Bryce, who didn't hesitate to bake a dib gulp. Take a big gulp. He brought one for me as well, provided in a glass that seemed more appropriate for my kind.
Here you go. Just call me if you need anything. Of course. So, what is it you want to tell me about Riza?
There are a few things. I mean, they're probably not much, but anything might help, right?
That's right. Anything unusual about him, anything that defines his character or stands out about him could help us. How about you tell me what you know about him?
Well, the earliest memory I have of him is when we both went to the same school. We only shared a few classes, though, and a couple of friends. Overall, I'd say he was an about average student. We didn't talk very often, but he always was very outspoken and never failed to speak up to make his opinions known. He was the kind of person I fully expect to become a politician one day, or at least an activist of some sort. That's the impression I got from him. He spoke a lot, but you could also expect him to act on his word. Of course, his nature caused him to clash with others, sometimes even including the school staff, though his genuine enthusiasm also garnered praise from them. He was quite a character. No shit, he murdered, like, how many people? Over how many different timelines? Hold on. I gotta turn my fan on because it's fucking hot. Oh, balls. There we go. There we go. Oh, should probably fix that. After we graduated, I didn't hear anything about him for a long time. Only some years later, after we found the portal, I was surprised to find out he was the human who would be sent to your world. He had volunteered. It wasn't until I was already here that I actually met him again, however brief our interactions were. But then I already told you everything about what happened prior to the eventual scuffle with Maverick. There was only one thing that stands out to me about those events. In the restaurant, he told me about the letter. He mentioned I would know how to read its secret message. I know he values the use of his own intellect, but when I received the letter later, he apparently fully expected me to remember a random chemistry class we had together years ago in order to see the message.
I see, so you do not arrange this beforehand.
Not at all, I had no idea.
That is quite peculiar.
I know. I still wonder what he would have told me if Maverick hadn't interfered when we met at the portal.
We do as well, and you can believe that.
How was Maverick even allowed to intercept his letter and read it?
He could have easily done so since he was in charge of Riza and everything. But he shouldn't have. I mean, we wouldn't do anything of the sort with you. Everything he has done in regards to Riza has been a poor show of character.
I suppose so. Ha, no shit. I guess he redeemed himself the last time, but, you know, that's still on my shit list a little bit. I suppose so.
In any case, thank you for telling me all of this. You never know when this kind of information can be useful.
No problem. Just when I thought an awkward silence might set in, Bryce spotted the waiter and didn't hesitate to speak up.
Hey waiter, bring me another.
I hadn't noticed, but while I was talking, Bryce had been busy sipping on his drink. The empty bowl before him was proof of his proficiency, while I had barely touched my own drink.
Here you go.
Bryce was just about to start on his second when he suddenly spoke up.
You know what? Why don't we have ourselves a drinking contest?
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
That's what I like to hear.
Considering they don't even have cars, at least I won't have to worry about drinking and driving.
The rules are simple. We both get around, then we wait a few moments until the next one so the effects can kick in. Whoever gives up first loses.
Sounds... Let's burn some brain cells!
And whoever burns more wins. This is a true game of kings, I'm telling you. Alright, let's do this.
He made a show of looking me in the eye while he lowered his muzzle to the bowl before he started guzzling his drink noisily. It was gone in seconds. Certainly this was going to be tough. My confidence faltered, but there was no turning back now. How did I think I could win a drinking contest against a freaking dragon? Nevertheless, I grasped the drink, putting on the best show I could while I tried to recreate Bryce's feat. After the first sip, however, I realized it was very difficult from any other beer I had tried before. Yet, I persevered through the intense taste until the glass was empty. I probably wasn't as impressive as Bryce had been just moments earlier, but I couldn't afford to show any weakness. My plan was cut short, though, as I set down the glass, an unusual strong aftertaste hit me, causing me to make a face.
Now, did you like it?
Ugh, this is some really strong stuff.
I told ya, you better know beforehand how much you can take, or it'll hit you hard later. Want to give up already?
Hell no.
As you wish.
So when's the next round starting?
Soon enough. Do you feel it? Do you feel the buzz kicking in?
Do you feel it now, Mr. Krabs?
Don't lie to me, I can see it in your face. Unless that's blushing, I say, and not the alcohol.
I'm not buzzed. Oh, hey, he's getting drunk.
Is that so?
Oh, shit, dropped my stuff.
Anyway, how do you like it so far? I mean, compared to whatever it is you came from.
Having a drinking contest with the dragon, how can I not love it?
We'll see how much you like it when I've drunk you under the table. Waiter, bring us another round. Coming right up. Here you go, having ourselves a contest, are we? You know how it goes.
That I do. Be careful, Dayzee, he is a pro. Oh shit, who are you and why are you hot? Okay, did I hear something about the contest?
Maybe.
Up to your old shenanigans, I see.
Now don't spoil the fun. I don't go around telling people about what you're up to either.
Point taken. Enjoy. Of course he wouldn't have challenged me if he wasn't confident he would win. Guess I'll just have to try my best.
I went first last time, so now it's your turn now.
As I put the glass to my lips and started swallowing the dark amber liquid, I was struck by how much more difficult this round was compared to the first. One thing that always puzzled me about seasoned drinkers was the sheer amount of liquid they can ingest without issue. Keeping it down, however, was a much different question. But this contest wasn't about keeping it down. There, your turn.
Did I see you struggle there for a second?
That's my that's my tactic. You think I'm struggling, so you let your guard down. Roaring laughter erupted from the dragon as his paws struck the table, rattling the containers resting on it.
Keep it up, hero. You still stand a chance if you can make me die of laughter. As for my turn, let me demonstrate.
Once again, he consumed his drink through His swigs were noticeably slower than before. His resolve was also fading, though not as fast as mine had, as he has clearly held the advantage. Was there any way I could still turn this around?
There. Now, let me ask you a question. I know you wanted to tell me all this stuff about Riza, but was that the only reason you wanted to meet with me?
Maybe having a little fun doesn't hurt, right?
I thought so. I won't disagree with that. Wait our next round. Coming. There you go. Thanks. How are you holding up?
Just fine, thanks for asking.
If you say so, good luck. Was it your turn or is it my turn?
It's yours.
Alright.
By now it was obvious that Bryce was faltering, though he still was faring far better than I was. He even had to take a break in the middle of his beer, unable to go down it in one go.
No, it's yours.
He was a lot heavier than me, and even though his bowls held far more liquid than my glasses, how did I think I'd stand a chance against him? When I picked up my glass, I didn't have feeling in my fingers anymore. Oh man, we got fucked up! I had to pause a few times, but in the end I made it, though I wasn't sure how much more I could take.
So, what do we do now? Wait for it to throw up so I win.
You never said... You wish!
I can see you're close, just a question of time now, Sonny.
Oh shit, even the background is blurred, I think. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Are you brown? Why are you so damn attractive?
Nah, I just am. Got nothing more to say about that. Wait, next round.
There you are. Oh god. Blearily, the dragon looked up at me, seemingly unable to focus. I could see he was hitting his limit, but so was I. Maybe if I held out just a little longer.
Whose turn is it even?
It's mine.
Good.
At this point, I had difficulties picking up my glass. I was about to give up, but I was sure if I held on just one more round, it'd be over. I could still win this. I had to wait a few moments after each sip in order to continue, but I did not give up until eventually the glass was empty. Suck on this, you scaly bastard! Suck on this, you scaly bastard! For the first time, I could see something in his eyes other than his always present confidence. Was it disbelief or insecurity? I guess my feet caught him off guard as he seemed genuinely impressed. If nothing else, this showed me that even his own conviction was cracking now. I could totally win this.
You're cute, I like you, I really do, but I sure as heck am not going to let you win.
He was struggling. It became more and more obvious as he tried to swallow the liquid in his bowl bit by bit. He stopped at one point, panting heavily. I considered taking a cheap shot at him, but as he had refrained from doing so during my turn, I wasn't going to start now.
There.
I was getting tired. I could hear Bryce's voice, but I could not make out the individual words anymore. I decided to rest my eyes just for a little bit. Oh, we passed out!
Are you okay? You fell down, and you look kinda messed up.
If you think I'm giving up, you're mistaken.
I can see that. Ready for another round, or do you give up?
I know what I've had enough. And it's now.
Well done, kiddo. I didn't think you had it in you.
You know, it was fun watching you and all, but you've both had enough for the evening. I think you'd better leave now. And after you come out from under the table, that is. Damn, we are so fucked up. Alright, I'll be going then. Man, I'm fucked up. Wait a minute. What is it? Maybe you should go with him just to make sure he gets home safely and doesn't do anything stupid, you know? It's kind of unspoken rule here that whoever his drinking buddy does so. When I looked over to him, I discovered that Bryce had passed out for a moment. This could prove difficult. Fine, because, I'm not sure how we can drag his drunk ass back, but okay. We'll try. Come on, let's get you home. He's still unconscious. Okay, the classic is dump water on his face, but I'm gonna go with the sneeze. Alright, it'll be like a smelling salt. Oh, that was actually the salt, not pepper. Let's try that again. Oh my god, how are we that stupid?
Is that you, Dayzee? Where am I? What did you do to my nose? Did you shove something in there while I was out or something?
We're still at the bar and I put some pepper there to wake you up.
That's the best you could come up with.
I'm drunk, what do you expect?
Oh, shut up.
Come on, let's get you home, you big wuss. Oh, hey, he has a nice place. Is that a dress? And a purse? Ooh, are we gonna meet? Does he have like a girlfriend? Or is he just into that life? Because I love drag queens. I woke looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. For a moment I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. As I got up and looked around, I realized that I had apparently slept on the floor. Where am I? This isn't my apartment. Oh, a big drunky dragon. I guess I must have passed out after I got Bryce home. Hey, Bryce. Wake up, fatty. I'm joking. Good morning, sunshine. The dragon moved and let out a groan before he opened his eyes.
Damn my head. Why are you even here?
I guess I must have passed out after I escorted your ass home.
Alright, after I into the game.
You remember who won?
I don't even know, but you stood your ground and I respect that. You didn't do anything funny while I was out, did you?
No, I just played with... What? No, wait, hold on. Wait, no, hold on. That's not... nope, gotta erase that. The dragon rose from his couch with a nice morning stretch, rubbed his eyes, then held his head high as he let out a grunt and a big yawn.
Alright, you know what? I'm sorry. The whole contest thing was a stupid idea and I shouldn't have suggested it. Especially not to you.
Well, it's not like he forced me to participate, so I suppose I share some of the blame.
Let's just pretend the whole thing never happened.
Deal.
Maybe I'll invite you over some other time and show you that there is more to the chief of police than getting drunk and passing out.
But how are we gonna find out who won if we aren't going to have a rematch?
I am sure they would think of something else that could measure our endurance.
Sex contest! I'm joking. Fuck! Hey, that's not me. Okay, for the record, that's not my fault. He did the sexy cute wink. Okay? Fuck y'all. Oh, hey, look, this...
I was just thinking about last time. I know we got a little blackout drunk, but I still thought it was kind of fun. I think you had some fun too, but I also wanted to show you there is more to me than that. So I was just wondering if you want to come over and just hang out and relax, you know. We only get to see each other when things are all serious. And I bet it's rough for you and everything that's going on. I figure you might want to get away from that a little. Anyway, if you want to drop by at any time, my door is open, buddy.
Buddy! Considering what happened last time, entering the literal dragon's den could either turn out really well or not so much. We're going with Bryce. Turn up!
Hey, Dayzee, good to see you.
Thanks for the invitation.
No need to be so formal. Sure, I am Chief, but here I'm just Bryce.
Wait a minute, something seems different here.
What do you mean?
Oh, that's it. We're both sober.
I thought we weren't going to mention that.
Right.
Don't mind the chaos. This is just a temporary arrangement.
He led me inside and motioned to the couch, where I took a seat and looked around. I realized that his apartment was obviously designed with only a single person in mind.
As some days all you can do is be glad they're over.
Long day at work?
You know how it is at the police department, especially with everything going on.
Is this a bad time for me to visit?
Heck no, I could use some good company right now.
If you want good company, then I'm not it. If you wanted me in your house, then I'm the one to bring over.
So what do you usually do for fun in your world?
Meet with friends.
Right with you on that one.
How about you?
Different things. A bit of this, a little bit of that. You know how it is.
That's not very specific.
Alright, I'll show you something, but promise me you won't laugh, okay?
No promises. I can't promise any. Sure.
Good.
He went to a shelf on the far right of the room and picked up a very long object, carrying it in his maw as he returned to the table before me and gently set it down. It was a wooden model ship. Aw, that's cute. From first appearance, I guess it was a child's first attempt at assembling a model. While the shape was recognizable, there were odd pieces just jutting out or not fitting together properly. In some places, globes of dried glue remained from excessive use. Aw, that's so fucked up. Who's the Parkinson-afflicted gent who did That's fucked up. It looks nice.
You don't need to lie to me. I know very well what it looks like. But that's not the point. Even though I try, I don't always make the best decisions. I know I'm not the most patient person. But in my line of work, you never know what they're going to throw at you next. So you always have to be prepared. You can't have any exploitable weaknesses. And of course, I want to be fit for duty. As
duty.
As chief of police, people look up to me. So I have to be on my best at all times. We can both tell the motto's not very good. I don't really have the patience or dexterity for it. But I tried my hand at least to get better. Sure, it took me way longer than it should have. And my clothes were covered in glue for weeks afterwards. But you know, these mottos aren't even intended for us. They're made for runners like Sebastian, who have the proper hands to do that stuff. I know this ship isn't much, but it is something.
Yeah, it is impressive if you think about it. Because, like, they are so very different. And we've seen in the past playthroughs how being the different species can really affect your day-to-day life in this world. So I'm impressed.
And maybe if I keep trying, I'll get better.
Wait a minute, do you have ships?
Not in this town, but yeah, we have ships alright. Why does that surprise you?
I just find it interesting because where I come from, we also have vehicles for land and air travel.
Some of us can fly, and some of us can run well. but none of us can swim beyond the seas.
Do you even have different continents?
Not that I know of. You probably have to ask someone who knows more about our world than I do.
How can you not know about something like that?
Well, we do get the occasional explorer who ventures out into uncharted seas, but I don't really keep track of that kind of thing.
Would you want to visit if they ever found one?
I can't say I don't find it that exciting, but in the end I've got my people here, and they need their chief.
Maybe you could take a vacation and see what's out there.
Ha! If I ever have the time for that, maybe.
Can you swim?
Not particularly well. You may have noticed I'm not exactly streamlined.
Don't worry, fat fools. Why would he call him? You're the pinnacle of masculinity, my man.
Glad you think so. These muscles are a result from years of hard work.
My muscles are safely encased in a layer of defensive fat. Boom. I'm not lazy. I'm smart. I'm building flesh armor.
Alright, put your hand on my forearm.
Don't you technically have 4 legs?
I guess, but it's easier to say forearm than specific the upper part of my foreleg. Besides, using the word leg might get misinterpreted. That might make you think of my thigh. That would be something else entirely.
You never know, you might like it. Not that I mind grabbing your thigh. Not that I'd mind grabbing your thigh.
Is that so? Well, let's just keep it on the arm for now.
I placed my hand on the upper part of his foreleg, somewhat surprised at the warmth radiating from his scales.
I hope you're ready, because here I go.
His forearm shifted in the shape of his muscle, changing as they became more defined. In a moment, they were firm and bulging, his scales flaring under the stress and looking as though they might pop off at any moment. It reminded me of flexing a bodybuilder in a skin-tight lycra suit. After a few seconds, his muscles relaxed and regained their former shape.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
You think you're the only one who could do that? Just take a look at this. See, nothing changes at all. Shit. I rolled up my sleeve and flexed my arms, showing them off from the best angle as I struck a pose. Here's the cheat. Take your arm, do this, and then you just push that up. See? Look. Boom! Ha ha!
Nice try, buddy, but I still don't think you want to arm wrestle with me.
It's too bad that all those muscles couldn't help you when Riza got away and you got stuck on those stairs.
Hey, it wasn't my fault. It was the downstairs. Speaking of which, this whole case has complete... Speaking of which, this whole case has been completely insane. Us always a step behind Riza and Maverick running around trying to catch him himself. I wonder what he's been up to.
Maverick?
Yeah.
We had an interesting conversation not too long ago.
What? When exactly was that?
When I went to town to check on your list of the places Riza had been to.
How come you didn't say anything about that before?
I didn't think it was anything worth mentioning. It was a pretty one-sided conversation anyway.
Alright, maybe you should start from the beginning. I don't want to say he's crazy, but I have no idea what he's talking about.
Because he's crazy. Me either.
You know, next time you should let the police decide whether something like that is worth mentioning or not.
Okay.
Why did you not tell us about this again?
Thought it was just Maverick being Maverick.
He's not normally like that. He is not normally like that. I don't get it. Why has he been acting like that?
You think he's onto something?
I don't know, but there must be a reason behind his behavior.
Maybe he's just crazy. Maybe he's right about Riza.
You think so?
Considering everything that's happened here so far, it's possible.
That would put you in a very bad position.
I know, but if it was him, I can't change what he's done. I can only try to help you as much as possible.
I'm just thinking out loud, but Riza was the first of your kind to come here. He arranged the generators and the PDA for trade, and then you came through the portal to deliver your part of the deal. Did your people have any goals or long-term plans for us? Or was this exchange going to be a one-off thing?
It was supposed to be a scouting mission more than anything. A test to see if this kind of business relationship could work out. And if it did, it would make humanity very happy. Things aren't looking good on that front right now, though. But yeah, that's the reason why I'm helping you.
However, this whole thing turns out, no matter what happens, I've got your back, okay?
Guys.
Nah, that's the spirit. Hey, I'm going to grab myself a beer. Do you want one?
Sure.
Alright.
Bryce got up and left through one of the doors to fetch a beer, leaving me alone in the room. Look at the magazine. Ooh, is he have porn on here? Okay, wait. Well, he's taking his time. Bryce lumbered back through the door, the handle of beer-filled basket clamped in his maw. Carefully set the basket on the coffee table and took out the beers one by one. Once until he was done, he swatted the empty basket into the far corner.
Help yourself if you like.
Bryce's store-bought beer looked very different from what I had seen at the bar. They were presented in large plastic bowls that were sealed at the top, reminding me of yogurt containers. That's cool! He broke the seal of one of the containers with his claw and proceeded to drink it noisily.
Sweet, sweet nectar. Always does its job.
Can I ask you something?
Go for it.
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I watched how you carried the beer. I was going to ask how you do daily tasks like shopping, for example, but I guess those baskets are your best friend.
That's just how we do things around here. Not sure why that's so special to you.
That makes me wonder. I know you can use your forelegs well enough for things, but what about your hind legs? Can you walk on those?
Good question. If you're talking about my species, some of us can. At least a little. But me, I probably wouldn't be able to take more than 2 steps that way.
Interesting.
Maybe that's something I should practice as well. It'd be good exercise and discipline. Regardless, I wouldn't be part of any competition anytime soon.
You have competitions?
Oh yes, each species gets their own athletic competition with a few events every other year.
Oh god, they have Olympics there too. Olympics are the most boring shit on this planet. We just got over them. Okay, for all y'all out there who are like, why does Dayzee hate the Olympics so much? Here's my story. When I was growing up, we could not afford to have anything other than the free antenna TV. So every 4 years, twice a year, for over a month and a half or so, all we could watch on all of the free channels was Olympics, 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 and it was just so boring. All the funny shows that we watched, all the cartoons that we watched on the PBS or whatever channel that we could, and they only had like 2 maybe 2 time slots of 30-minute shows that we could watch that were actually, good for our age before it was on to some bullshit. So it was a very narrow window and they just screwed it up. That's why I have a very hate relationship with the Olympics. That sounds fun. Ever thought of joining in?
It's not really my kind of thing. I mean, it's always just about who's the best and the strongest, and who has the biggest muscle and all of that. I am not into that whole competitive lifestyle. And some of those events can be a bit dangerous. One accident could be over for me as chief.
That sounds rough. What kind of competitions do you have?
They usually highlight the individual species' strengths and abilities. We get to do strength-based stuff, but the flyers get to fly, the runners get to run, and so on. Speaking of which, it's kind of funny just how upright you are when you move. The runners lean forward and use their big tails for balance, whereas you have yours tucked into whatever it is that you are wearing.
Actually, we don't have tails.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I have a tail, but it's over there. Not at all.
Seriously, everything alive has a tail. How could you not have one?
That's just the way we are. Some animals don't have tails, us included. Evolution, I suppose, the way we are.
But tails are wonderful. Just look at mine. That's pretty wicked weapon right there.
I have always wanted a tail. I actually have a phantom tail. I don't know why I have it, but my mind feels like there's a tail on my ass, and I have felt that ever since I was a child. Do not know why. It's probably something wrong with my brain. Oh well, it's pretty cool.
And you just have nothing.
I can't help it.
You know what? I don't believe you.
I'm not sure how I can make this any more clear.
Show me.
I'ma flash him my ass. Alright, here goes nothing.
I can't believe it. You really don't have a tail.
Told you so.
But why do you cover it all up anyway?
It's a human thing. We usually don't show our bodies to strangers.
So friends are fine?
Some friends, we grab each other's asses, tits, whatever. Let's go. Only live once. That would be an unusual friendship. Let's just say that displaying that area would usually imply more.
Is that so?
He probably thinks we gonna smash because I showed him my ass, and that's not exactly wrong. Okay, so we got tails covered, but what about wings?
I don't think we can call those little things on my back wings.
What are they then? It looks like spikes.
Articulated pieces of armor, I guess.
Can you flap them?
I can try.
Bryce got up on all fours, grounding his body in preparation for what was to come. His face contorted into a grimace as his upper body strained. He held the pose for a few seconds, but nothing happened except his continuous groan of effort. Then suddenly his wings started to move, slowly at first as they swayed up and down. They gradually picked up speed and moved with a rhythm that could rightfully be called flapping. It reminded me of the pigeons I often saw back home. After holding it for a few seconds, he breathed a sigh of relief as he relaxed. The flapping motion stopped again. A single bead of sweat rolled down the side of his face and he looked at me panting. That was awesome.
Yeah, it certainly was. Yeah, that was certainly a first. Too bad they don't have any flapping competitions for my species. That was exhausting. Just that right time for a beer.
Stop him, do nothing, ask him if he... I sat back and watched Bryce as Bryce took the last beer, opened it, and took his first sip with a slurp.
So I've been wondering, what does it take for someone to become humanity's ambassador?
I'm still not quite sure how I ended up here. I guess in my case, it was a combination of the right degrees, volunteering, and a great deal of luck.
But what kind of job did you have before that? Were you like a politician or diplomat or what?
Actually, it was none of those things. Riza, maybe, but certainly not me. I believe that the murderer Riza was a politician.
I guess it's not like you needed ambassadors to represent humanity before, right? That makes this whole process at first. Unless you had aliens show up at your place before.
It's funny that you say that because for a while, there was actually speculations that you were aliens.
Well, it's not like we fly around in spaceships or anything.
Well, technically you are alien, because alien just means like a being from somewhere else. Whether it be like from another town or another country or another continent or another planet or another universe, whatever it is. So technically, by the definition, he is an alien. Strictly speaking, the word alien refers to any form of life that doesn't originate from our own planet or area.
So that makes us aliens to each other, huh?
Well, I'm not sure if it would be a great descriptor for your kind.
Oh, why not?
Let's just say where I come from, the word Let's just say that where I come from, that word often carries negative connotations with it.
That's no good. What does that make us then?
I don't know, maybe we'll have to make up maybe we'll have to make up a new word for sentient civilized dragons. What do you think about us humans anyway?
I know many others have their own opinions on what humans are, or what they're supposed to be, but I'm not buying into all that, so just take it as it is.
And how is it?
Well, you've been interesting so far, and Riza, I'm reserving judgments on that one. It's so funny to see people talking about humans all the time, and what your presence could mean. Well, I'm one of the few who actually gotten to meet you and knows what you're like. And people still don't know about Riza, and that'll certainly be interesting.
What do you think will happen once the truth about him gets out?
I'll start worrying about that once we know what the truth actually is.
Good point.
You work with the police long enough, you learn not to have any preconceived notions about such things. Take things as they are and do what's necessary.
I imagine you've seen many things as chief.
I certainly have. They're usually not the kind of thing I should tell people about, though.
Why not? What the fuck do you think? Why not?
I'm not sure how it's done from where you are, but people usually don't like me telling them about the horrible things I see at work.
Can't be that, but I've probably seen worse. I see.
Man, look at the time we've spent all afternoon talking.
I guess I should head back to my apartment.
You know, a few friends and I do this barbecue thing every year, and it's going to be pretty soon. You want to come?
Sure, that sounds like fun.
Alright, I'll call you later with the details. Can you find your way out?
Yeah.
See you soon then.
See you. Alright, that looks like a good place to stop for today. So, this episode we got drunk with Bryce, and we also got to learn some about the different species and like their Olympics and their differences, and we got invited to a cookout, so that's fun. Anyway, I'm interested Because I like that Bryce's character is a lot more flirty and a lot more fun. I still don't like he's a cop. But I'm doing what I gotta do to unlock the best ending. Anyway, if you like what you see, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe so you can see my content in the future. Also, while you're here, have any game suggestions or you just want to say hi? Leave it down in the comment section below. Woo! I'm Dayzee Hyena, and I'll catch y'all in the next vid.